Hey everybody, welcome back to Ranch. Today we're working on the Ranch truck 2018 Chevy Silverado 3500. We ran into the known issue of the auxiliary transmission cooler lines rubbing on the frame, rubbing a hole into them, and now they are leaking. GM in their infinite wisdom did put a warranty on them, an extended one, but only 6 years, and of course that's already expired. Anyway, it's about a $200 part. If you want to have it done at a dealership, it'll probably run you at least 1,300 bucks, just because the book time is like 5 hours on it. Yeah, let's see how long it's going to take us. There's a couple things we're going to have to remove. We're going to have to remove this plastic shroud up here. We're going to have to remove the grill here. And that's about as far as I'm going to say that we have to remove right now. Everything else, we're going to take it one step at a time. I've seen a couple videos where people removed additionally the bumper, the passenger side headlight, the airbox, just to be able to get to it nicely. So we will see how we can do, but we definitely need to remove the grill and the shroud. And we'll start by removing these clips up here that hold this shroud here in place. Then we'll move on to the grill. So let's get some tools and let's get started. So I'll be using a combination of different body trim tools. There's 12 of these clips all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that we gotta pop off. And they're these 2-part clips. Can you see that one there? Yeah. Where you got the inner piece that needs to come off first, and then the outer piece comes off like that. So put together like this. So inner one up, removes the tension on this guy here, and you can pull them up. Just go ahead and remove all those. That's that. And now this shroud is loose. You can move this and set it to the side. Next step, we're gonna go move on to the front grille. The front grille is held on in part by 4 10mm bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and by a couple of clips on the inside. So we're going to go ahead and remove these bolts first. So with those bolts removed, you will see that there are these clips right here where my light is. There's a clip here. There's a clip down here, and that is approximately right here, the right bow tie part. To the left of it, there's going to be one on top, one on the bottom. And then when you come to the left and the right end of the grill, there's going to be another one there, holding there, that part together. Come on, focus. And there's going to be one further down, and the same is going to be here. There's the top clip here and the bottom clip that is in there. And the way you can see from the clip here, you kind of push the clip together with your fingers. See if I can do this. So you guys still can see, hopefully. You push it together with your fingers. If it gets stuck, then you're just, pulling pulling it out. So I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, but you get the idea. And it's gonna be holding on probably rather tight, and it's one of those things where you're gonna be afraid to break it. But, you know, just get yourself a good hand grip somewhere. Further down, if we can actually reach it. Clips. Okay. There's another clip right. And you're learning as I'm learning. There's another clip right here. I'm not sure there's actually one over on this side, but we shall see. But there's another clip here. You'll basically feel the resistance. Or is that from the bumper? Let's see. No, that should be from the grill. So, but anyway, I gotta put you guys back. I gotta start working my way around. Might want a pair of pliers or a flathead screwdriver to push down on that clip head. Might make it easier. As I said, stupid air shroud thing here. We are all learning together as we are going along. Top part is out, and now I gotta get to the bottom, and you can see I am trying to get this out nicely here. Okay, look, I found something that works for me. As I said, we're learning together, people, because we're all about that saving money and doing stuff ourselves. So you take your screwdriver, big flathead, put it in between the bracket and the clip, and just kind of twist it. Helps push that clip out. Put you guys back over so you don't get too nauseous on me. There's another clip somewhere over here that I'm having a hard time seeing. Or, hang on, nope. There is actually another bolt here. So, there's another bolt right back there. Let's see, get some light in here. There's a bolt. Oh, there we go. There's a bolt there. And there's a bolt right there. All right, those look to be another 10 millimeters. Let's get those out. And that should then free up this front grille. There's one. There goes number 2. Okay. There we go. One little clip here still hanging on a bit. Make sure I'm not missing anything. Tree. Literally one. Come on. There we go. Oh, that clip just stayed where it was. Get that off and put it back. It was right here. So get that off. Well, now lay this guy to the side here. All right, and now let's have a look to see where we're at. Okay, the lines, let me get you guys clipped in here. So the lines we're talking about are these two lines here. That goes through here, go down, over, and somewhere behind. And you can see here is the metal, part of the frame, I guess. And you can see, and I can zoom in a bit, how this line is sitting directly on top and being pushed into there, into that part of the frame, which in turn causes it to rub through and make a leak. So, had this happened earlier and I known about it, I could have had this fixed during warranty. But since I can't, we're gonna do it now. Okay. Now, let's see how we want to go about this next. We might go ahead and pull the bumper. Let me go have a look from the underside, because what we are also going to want to do is we're going to want to notch this part right here where that new line is going to go, so that it doesn't push into there. Give it some more clearance. Okay, let me do some digging and I'll be back in a jiff with the next steps. All right, so I looked and it looks like the easiest way is going to be removing this bumper. First step that I like to do, just so that I do not forget it, is go to the underside. And you can see all the oil leaking. But get to the passenger side, go underneath from the front, and on the front of the, it's hot. On the front of the bumper, there is going to be this clip here, which powers basically the lights from the truck. And you're going to want to unclip this by pushing this clip, the red tab up. See if I can do this, so if you guys can still see. Get this up here. Use a pick tool probably. Oh, yeah. Let me go get a tool for this. A little pick to help move these parts around. But we got to get this part off here so that we can then start unbolting. And what we're going to do is unbolt. If you come here, you'll see this bumper support bar here. And you're going to follow it to the side. We're going to remove that bolt. We're going to remove the same on the driver's side, and then we're going to go up top and remove a couple bolts, and that should then allow us to remove the bumper. So let me go grab a pick. All right, so I'm back under here. I got myself a pick, and I'm going to get underneath here. Get that pushed up like that, and then versus also, see if I can do this one-handed, pull these two apart. I might have to set you guys down. Hang on. Okay, so those two are pulled apart now. And now we're gonna go remove that bolt there. That one looks to be like a 15 millimeter, and we'll do the same on the driver's side. So it is a 15 millimeter, and we're just gonna back that one out. And now we're gonna do the same over on the driver's side. Rinse and repeat, not gonna show it. Okay, back on top, we got this 18 millimeter and the corresponding one on the driver's, passenger side. Get that one out. Go over here to the driver's side. Get this one out here. Now, let me quickly have a look. There should be 2 more bolts. And that bolt right there, and the same bolt on the other side. To remove, they're also 18 millimeter. That should take care of all the bolts on the bumper. Okay, the bumper is now loose, and if you didn't remove the power connection there before, you got to do it now. It is advisable to have 2 people because these bumpers are heavy. But basically it slides out now. Up. And down. Now put it somewhere where you don't scratch it. All right, next on the list, let's pull this headlight out. I don't see any way around it. So we can get clearance from the top. Let's get a couple more bolts out. So we got another 10 millimeter on the top here. And I'm too lazy to take you off the tripod. Can we focus maybe? No? Darkness, hello? There we go. Right there. There's another 10 millimeter right there that we gotta take out. That should allow us to pull out the headlight. Anything to save a buck now. And let's see, the other one up here. I'll get you guys off. I missed the old style headlights with 2 pins. There's another one right there underneath this channel here, so we'll just remove that here to the side and zip that one out. I'm sorry for anyone that's getting motion sick. I do not have a cameraman. This is what I got. All right, let's see. I think that's it. Yep, that is it. Now, hope I'm in frame here. Got this connector here. Oh, that you will want to disconnect. Should be push, pull, squeeze, whatever. There we go. Now, again, move your headlamp somewhere you're not going to break it, crack it, scratch it, whatever. Next, I guess we're going to also pull this air box. A lot of work, people. A lot of work. What I am going to do, I want to get this out of the way, so disconnect the mass airflow sensor right here. We're going to probably disconnect here, slide this out, and then we're going to open up here, pull this out, and see how we get the bottom part out. But let's start by getting this guy disconnected here. Move him over here to the side, this connector, and the mass airflow sensor, and open up this clamp here and remove these, and let's get to it. Got myself a flathead here. Start removing this clamp. I can slide this back here. I can probably also take a Phillips on this one. It should also work. See, sure I'm not missing any bolts. I haven't done this in a while. This guy to the side here. Okay. Get that bottom of the airbox out. That's just where they route at my block heater. Now, put this airbox again somewhere. While you're at it, you can clean it. Boy, look at that, even sucked in a butterfly. Put it somewhere where it doesn't get wet. If you're like me working outside, and might not finish right away. So let me tidy up a bit. All right, I also went ahead and put a rag here to the intake, just in case. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish everything today. And basically here is where the lines are going to come up. Not sure it makes any sense to remove the tray here, but I might, just for the heck of it. And then we'll see where we go from there. All right, just wanted to show you guys, this is the replacement hose set. This is what it looks like. Comes with that new doohickey there. This is the part number, if we can read it, 8844069. Here it is again. GM transmission cooler with bypass valve, so that block, that's the bypass valve up there. I paid $190 for it, well, without tax, $205. I got it again from Morganton Parts, North Carolina, via eBay, their site there. Super fast shipping, can't complain. Love these guys. They actually respond to online stuff, unlike my local Chevy dealers, which is a plus because it's 2025. That's how we work. All right, so we see what all has to be removed. So we are removing the lines from here, as you can see, like like that. They get removed from here, so this part stays here on the cooler. We got to snake it back through there again, so we're going to be opening up that clip, going through, going behind here, then I don't know, we might have to get this plastic thingy out somehow. We can't snake it around here, and it snakes all the way back to here again. So you will lose transmission fluid when you do this. Whatever's in the lines, get yourself a cardboard, lay down, catch pan, whatever. You know, be responsible. And let's see how this goes. Well, I'm guessing that did not record, or it crashed and stopped recording. So quickly recap what I did for you guys. Over here, this clip, I used my pick to get in between and open it up. And then we had these are up over here. You just pull back on them. Then you got these little retaining clips that are sitting in between here, which I then just used a pick to pull out on both of them. I'm not sure why my camera didn't get that. But yeah, so that is loose, and we'll have to do the same for removing clips on the other side. All right, now we're back on top again. I know we're bouncing all over here. We got these two black rings here that should just slide off. Maybe they'll need some persuasion with the pick. Let's see, I got my flat hand right here. There we go. Maneuver them back, and then you'll see under them is again one of those clips. We're gonna have to do both to be able to get those loose. And I am still hoping we don't have to remove any more of this front here. Because I have watched another guy, and he also removed this whole stuff here. Well, let's see how this goes. With all clips removed, we're going to be removing this 10mm bolt here. I think there's another one further down. I have not found it yet. But we'll start with this and then see if we can move this over and if I can feel the other one. Alright, I'm not sure you guys are able to see it, but there, that bolt head there, like if you come straight down from here, right in between there, that's another 10mm that holds the valve on that we also have to disconnect. And as I said, I'm still trying to do it without removing all this other stuff here. Wish me luck. Alright, so I can't reach it from there. So I'm going to try to remove this bolt and the bolt down here. Oh, that bolt down here. So I'm going to try to move this hopefully out a bit, because I need to get this lovely shroud out of the way. Try the one from the latch there. Basically just removing until I can move something. One by one. So it looks like we got to remove, besides those bolts there, these nuts here. So I already removed two of them. There are these 10mm nuts here. Let's get those zipped out. It's a very interesting system here. Now this moves. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Now maybe this gives us enough room to do the old squeeze and bend and wiggle and pull thing here. Careful, don't bend the stuff too much. Another piece down there. And now we should be able to get you guys off here. See that other bolt better. My light here. Going through here. We can now see that. Oh, it's hard to zoom here with the phone. You can see it just right. There's the head, right? Come on, focus. Right there. So we should be able to reach it now, going, I guess, through here, probably with a wrench, 10 millimeter. I'll get working on that for the next 5 hours, and I will return. So I went ahead and also removed the bolt from there, just so I could get a little bit extra wiggle room. And then you can squeeze yourself from underneath here like that. Get yourself a 10 millimeter wrench, loosen that bolt. Takes a couple small movements up to get it loose. Then you can use your finger afterwards to get up in there and turn it all the way out. Fun, I know. Really, really fun. But then you'll see we also gives us access to, where did I put my light? To the clip that is right there, which we're going to open up with a screwdriver, which holds that line in place. And then we can start pulling these lines out. So I got my cardboard down, my drip pan down, and now we should be able to pull these lines out here and here. They should be able to pull them straight back, but I'll see how it goes and I'll let you know. All right, so you guys got to pull really, really hard. And what I did also was I removed this bolt here so I could get a little bit of angle here, which helped me get this top one, this first one loose. And I went from behind here and here, grabbed onto that one to pull that one out. And then over here, you're pulling on the hoses from that side, and it helps if you reach over and hold on to these guys here and pull them out like that. And now we gotta do is snake this whole thing out, and then I'll show you the lovely gash that it rubbed into the hose. That's the gash. Around 50,000 miles of rubbing. Well, not quite. So short of 50,000, but yeah. Design flaw. Rubbing right there. Beautiful. Let's get this cleaned up and start putting stuff back together again in reverse order. Now, before I start putting all this back together again, just to have it rubbed through again, we're gonna modify this just a little bit. All right, so I got that filed back a bit. Get some extra space. So here's the new one. It comes with new clips on this side. Obviously not on this side, so we do retain the ones that are on the cooler itself. You see I just quickly took the cooler off, one extra bolt, so I could reach better back here to get that file down. Now we're gonna go ahead and snake this lovely thing in, opposite of how we snake the other one out. So basically come from this side of the truck here, gonna snake those in over here and snake this thing up through there. And I'm not going to bore you with trying to watch me struggle getting this done one way or another. You just got to get it in there. Try not to bend the crap out of everything. Good luck, Godspeed. See you in a little bit. Well, it took me a while. I got them snaked back in. Same up over here. Now the valve itself has the clips back in. These little horseshoe looking ones right here. On this end, we're going to want to install these first so that when we go to slip on these, that'll automatically lock in place. Yeah, so basically all you got to do is now push those hoses into the connectors. They should snap in place and we should be good to go. Let's get to snapping. I went ahead and I snapped these top ones in place, put the black little ring back over. Now I'm going to reinstall the 10mm bolt on top of the valve and on the bottom of the valve before I then go and snap those ends there in place. See, they already lie there. You can see it's a little bit better here, but I think all in all it's still going to touch. I'm going to try to see if I can put a loom over this part of the metal here, so there's a little bit of sacrificial plastic in between. But first, let's get those two 10mm bolts back put on, and then we'll go snap these back into place. You see got the rings back on here, those snap rings, and we got to push those in and we should be good. We got these clicked in now. You can see they're nicely in. The rings are seated again, so the only thing to do is to push these little plastic cap things back on over. Same with the one back here. And this guy snaps shut again. This is to keep the lines in place. There we go. Okay, that is all nice and secure. Next up is we're gonna want to put this guy back up in here again before we start tightening down the hood latch brace system here again. After we done that, I'm going to go ahead and degrease all this stuff from all the transmission fluid that was leaking for I don't know how long. And of course from changing it, to get that all cleaned up before we start putting more stuff back on the truck again. So let me navigate this guy back in. It's gonna go through the bottom here, back on up, so it sits back up in here like this actually. And yeah, show you when I'm done. Oh, I got that plastic piece back in place here, got those clips back on. I just pushed the hood support back at this point. I'm going to leave it loose. I'm going to clean up right now here a bit, get my pressure washer, my degreaser, so I can hit everything in the back there nicely, wash everything down before I continue to do any more. But I'm not going to film that part. You can clean if you need to, or if you want to. If you don't, you know, it's up to you. Put some degreaser on it. Use this, I don't know, Oxy Orange stuff. Got it in the kitchen. I think it's from the dollar store. Worked pretty well. And just used my pressure washer to wash everything down. Down here, I got the back of the bumper that was soaked. And, you know, up in here and underneath as good as I could. Now we're just gonna start putting stuff further back in reverse order. Next step is gonna be screwing this guy back on again. So we got the bolts that go here, 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 here and here, and the nuts that go here, here, and I think there's the third one over here. So we'll get that done, and yeah, take it from there. Now I'm gonna put back the airbox, starting with the bottom half. Then I'm gonna remove the rag here and put the top half back on. Once you got your airbox back in, your two screws back attached, this clamp tightened down again. We mustn't forget to reconnect mass airflow sensor. Push this red clip down. It's nice and secure. This part is done. Your next step is going to be to heave your bumper back on. It's currently placed down here. Again, it'd be easier with two people, but I'm working with what I got. So bumper's back on. I got the 4 bumper bolts in the front already connected. I'm gonna go reconnect the side ones that are underneath, and then reconnect the power clip on the bottom. Then the bumper is good to go, and we'll be able to move on to the headlamp and to the grille next. And we're on to the headlight. Step 1, plug your headlight back in. Make sure the connector is good. Step 2, install your headlight. Second to last step, reinstalling the grille. Get all those clips seated, and then put the bolts back on. And for our very last step is to reinstall the plastic shroud up here on top with those 12 clips. And then, ladies and gentlemen, we have completed the repair, and we have saved approximately $1,000 in labor by doing it ourselves, and it took me approximately say 6 hours. That's with filming, so you'll probably be faster. Button this up, and that was it. That's how you can change your transmission cooler lines and save some money instead of bringing it to the dealership. They did change the lines, I think, a bit, the new ones. You got more space now, but I still did put that little bit of plastic sheeting over there just to try to give it a fighting chance for further down the road. Anyway, I hope this video was informative and helpful to you guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, leave a comment, feedback, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Thanks.